There's nobody in here yet. What's up, Sun House? Give me 1 second. Guys, I'm just getting situated here. All right. What's up, Catherine? What's up, Gerthic? Really Youngs? Give me 1 second, guys. Let me turn on a light here. All right. Let's see here. Jeff said, out mowing the grass here in Texas before it gets too hot. I understand that completely. Thank you so much, Gerthic. I really appreciate that, my friend. Shalom, what's going on? T5245. Ron's mom, what's going on? President Accounting for, thank you for so much for being here this morning. Joseph, hi LD, how you feeling? I'm doing good this morning. Thank you so much, my friend. Gerthic said, same here, Jeff. I'm in Arkansas getting mud butt at 9 o'clock. Cal 104, hey LD, what's going on, my friend? Thank you so much for being here this morning. Polly, the African gray parrot, said I'm in deep shiz. I can't stop drinking and smoking, and now I probably can't afford my bills next month. I completely understand, my friend. Hang in there, my friend. You've got this. There's always a way. There's always a way to handle any situation. Rasheen Mind, good morning. Good morning, my friend. And please keep hanging out with us, Polly the African Parrot. We'd love to have you here. Helen Corfield, good evening from Sydney. What's going on, my friend? Thank you so much for being here today. Sunhouse said, I found your channel yesterday and watched a few videos and sub. Thank you so much for subbing, my friend. I'm so glad you found the channel. All right. Let's see. Snapcraft, proud of your accomplishments, young man. Thank you so much, my friend. I truly appreciate that. Nero the Lost. God bless LD, woke up sober today. Heck yeah, that is awesome. That is so awesome, my friend. Thank you so much for being here. Congratulations on waking up sober today. It's always a good feeling, especially on the weekend. And you got your whole weekend ahead of you. Like I was talking about yesterday. Polly the African Gray Parrot said, thank you. I've got no one left to turn to. I completely understand, my friend. I know how isolating this becomes. You lose a lot of people in your life in active addiction. Family, friends, everything. Big Dog, what's going on, my friend? Thank you so much for being here today. Big Dog has been here for a long time. User EI9. Rain here in North Carolina. Saw Guns N' Roses in the rain Thursday night. Second sober concert, drunk people act so stupid. You are not kidding about that. And I went to my first concert was that last year. I went and saw the Suicide Boys with my brother, and that was an experience seeing that sober and being around all those people drinking. Sunhouse said I stopped drinking May 27th, 2026. So proud of myself. Congratulations, my friend. You got a good bit of sobriety underneath your belt. You stopped right before the summer, too, which is awesome. Jamie, what's up? Good morning. Good to see you this morning. Thank you so much for being here. Good to see you today. DRH, what's up, my friend? Good to see you this morning as well. Thank you for being here. Sunhouse said, proud of you, too. Thank you so much, my friend. Stephen Shank, what's up? What's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Big Dog said, congrats to Sunhouse. Thank you so much, my friend, for congratulating them. That's what I'm talking about, guys. That's what I'm talking about. I really appreciate you guys congrating each other. And that's how we are in this community. We take care of each other. We don't beat each other up here. All right. Well, does anybody got any questions or anything for today? Give me a topic to talk about. Somebody give me something. Let's see this better. Stupid thing. This chair is not conducive for doing this. Big Dog said, yeah, ramped up my drinking this year here in Canada. Everything is getting so expensive. It is borderline communism up here. It's like, why even bother? Might as well grab 6 tallies. I'm sick of it now. I completely understand, my friend. I really do. I really, truly do. Especially when drinking was your hobby, when that's what you did to kill time for so many years. Especially when you get really stressed out. Nero said, I loved your message in the video yesterday. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate that. I try to talk about the same thing on Friday. Oh, crap. Sorry. I try to talk about the same thing on Fridays because, we're going into the weekend. And like I say, every Friday, that's when a lot of us drank heavy. Even though I didn't even have Fridays or Saturdays and Sundays off when I worked, Friday night was still a big night. I would get off work late and then hang out with all of my next door neighbors in our garages drinking all night long. Jeff said, did not know all the sober YouTubers had so many tattoos. I don't think all of us have a bunch of tattoos. I don't think Slayer's tatted up at all. Alex said, I slept up last week and now facing 2 charges and lost my girlfriend and her 2 kids. That one drunk turned my life upside down. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, Alex. Wow. Well, my friend, all you can do now is, stay sober and, by getting and staying sober and proving that, you mean serious business, you never know. You might be able to, get those things back in your life again. Chris said, I miss drinking, 1 year sober now. I understand, my friend, but congratulations on 1 year of sobriety. That's awesome. That's a very long time. That's a big milestone right there. I remember when my first year, I couldn't believe that I'd made it 365 days. I mean, I was absolutely blown away that I was able to make it a whole year sober. Jay Brow said, the cycle every day, waking up and immediately thinking about the substance you enjoy, just having the plan for the start of the day. Every day just sucks, man. I know exactly what you mean. Thank you for sharing that. Polly said, sorry to hear that, Alex. Trippy Seeds, what's up? Morning, everyone. Yeah, the energy I have on a Friday evening is something else. I feel restlessness. I find it hard to calm. I completely understand, my friend. Good to see you today, Trippy Seeds. I haven't seen you in a while. Strong Nana, I can't have a sip of alcohol without esophagus burn. Wine in particular burns before it even goes all the way down. I know exactly that's one of the reasons I never drank wine, because it gave me such bad indigestion. Big Dog said, yeah, I had 3 25-ounce beers, gives me a hangover, but I don't feel 100%. Yeah, I'm over it. I completely understand. Nero said, I have about 4 months sober, but I found myself forgetting how bad it was. Can you speak on how you deal with that? Do you forget? Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me read through these real fast, and I will do that. NPR said, when you first give up the drinking, the insomnia, and if you do manage to get off the terrible nightmares, I know. Yeah, the insomnia is horrible. Alex said, it definitely humbled me, and now on a new path, even though it's going to be long and hard. Yeah, it's worth it, though. Big Dog said, gonna white knuckle it. I've done it before. I'm not at the seizure stage. That's why I want to stop now before I get there. I completely understand, my friend. Just be careful. Sunhouse, I couldn't watch anything about drinking on YouTube, especially when it came to the liver. I was scared. I'm sober now, and that's how I found you on YouTube. I was not scared to hear it anymore. That's awesome, my friend. And thank you so much for being here. You definitely don't want to screw up your liver, because once that's gone, our liver has over 500 functions. I had no idea until I started learning about all this. Chris said, being sober is great, though. I can deal with the boredom. Absolutely. User said, did you go to rehab, or just quit on your own? I was in the hospital. I went through a medical detox while I was in the middle of pancreatitis, and with my liver was shutting down, my kidneys were shutting down, my pancreas was shutting down. They put me on a medical detox. I stayed in the hospital for almost 3 weeks, and when I got out, I just didn't drink again. They told me that if you drink again, you're gonna lose your life. So I just haven't drank. Chris said, waking up with no hangover and knowing I didn't do anything stupid the night before is a great feeling. You are not kidding. B. Bixby, it's pure misery watching a child follow your alcoholic footpath. Wow. Sorry to hear that. E. Scissor Hands, I quit drinking during the week. I have a 6-pack over the weekend. Hey, that's great. You're cutting back. Good job. Stephen Shank, insomnia is not good. Went through Klonopin and alcohol withdrawal at the same time. Oh, wow. Benzodiazepine withdrawal is very, very hard and very dangerous. And mixed with alcohol withdrawal at the same time, that's a dangerous mix. I'm glad you're okay. Trippy Seeds. Yeah, I was out for dinner. I would drink beer before a meal and wine and shots to get my buzz back. I know exactly what you mean. My wife used to get so pissed when we went out to eat because I would order 8 shots while we were there. Jeff, how do we stop our young from drinking like us? The only thing I can think to do is to share with them our experiences and, really, drill it into their head that, if they drink it, it's going to mess their lives up really bad. I talk to my children every single day about drinking and how I do not want them to drink. Suspected Crab, thank you so much, my friend. You are so welcome. And thank you so much for the super thanks. I really appreciate that. I truly do appreciate that, Suspected Crab. You are awesome. Thank you for being here today, too. Good to see you. Jamie, have you ever heard of someone getting toenails that are curved upwards from the alcohol? My neighbor drinks daily and now has this. I'm wondering if it's due to her liver or nutrition. Yeah, it's called Terry's nails. When I was in the middle of dealing, like my liver was in really, really bad shape, my fingernails were starting to curl upwards. It wasn't happening on my toenails, but my fingernails, they were all getting very thin, like paper thin, and they would curl up. So the middle of the fingernail would start to do this. It was really strange. Playful Kitty, do you have any plans to make more liver-friendly cooking videos or foods you eat now with liver disease? That's one of the things I get questioned every once in a while. It's usually when I do a live. I used to do those. I just didn't get that many views on them. And I felt like it was a lot of work when I thought that, maybe it just wasn't worth it. But I can do them again. Absolutely. I mean, I cook liver-friendly food every single day. Maybe it could be something where I do something once a week. If you guys are interested, I definitely can do it. And thank you for being here, and thank you for the question. Jeff said, usually you need at least 35 to 40 for liver problems, but young, it happens now. DRH said, Jamie, it sounds like psoriasis. Uh-oh. Alcoholic Goat said, I have 4 years sober in October. My body stopped absorbing nutrients. I had 3 seizures and got down to 117 pounds. Now I'm back at 195 pounds. It's like I drank vodka for 50. That is so awesome. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I got super skinny myself. And I was malnutrition. I mean, it was a mess. T5245 right, I do not miss the hangovers. Waking up with a clear head is such a blessing. You are not kidding. Oh no. I hate when this happens. Alright, hold on, I'm trying to figure this out. Alright. Why does it keep doing that? Let's see. Big dog. In my mind, like everything's so expensive, I'd rather buy beer than just food. Horrible mindset I've slipped into. I just have neither one and fast. Shaking my head funny how we justify the stupidest things. LOL. You're not kidding. Trippy Seeds. 8 shots. Jayus. That would cost a fortune here. I would normally sneak a nagging of Southern Comfort vodka in my coat pocket. Oh, yeah. And that's one of the reasons she would get so upset because, here I am adding, who knows how much to the check. Keeps doing this. Why does he keep doing that? Hello, mate. Thank you for your oh my gosh. It keeps putting this little window up on here, and I cannot see what I'm trying to look at. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to figure out why it keeps on. Oh, my gosh. Hello, mate. Thank you for your videos. They have me and are very interesting. Help me and very interesting me. Struggling a bit right now. Thank you so much, my friend, for being here, and I completely understand. Struggling a bit right now with my sobriety, but I refuse to drink again. That's the spirit right there. Just keep hanging on, hanging on. Oh. Is that another one? Thank you so much, Suspected Crab. I didn't realize you gave me 2 of these. I owe you more than this. I fall asleep at night listening to you 100%. Cooking videos, they are chill. Thank you so much, my friend. All right. Thank you, Suspected Crab. I truly appreciate that, my friend. Orange Diamond said, Orange Diamond 33, I like that. Hey, that would be great to see how you eat liver-friendly diet. Yeah, absolutely. I'll do some cooking videos again. Like I said, they just weren't very popular back when I was doing them. That was like 2 years ago. And I had just started the channel. Sunhouse143, very kind chat you have here. Thank you so much, my friend. That's what we do here. I really try to keep things kind. I want people to feel comfortable sharing with each other in here, not be afraid that they're going to get attacked or somebody make fun of them. I mean, this is very sensitive stuff we're talking about. Helen Corfield, I really enjoy your cooking videos. Thank you so much. Alcoholic Goat said, hey, have you seen how bad Sober Start is getting? It's getting pretty bad. He won't listen to anybody. No, I haven't. I haven't checked Sober Start out in a while. I guess I need to go check out his videos. I know he watches the channel too. I need to talk to him. I've never reached out to him before, but I watch his videos. I just haven't seen him in a while. Hey, LD, hope you're doing well. Danielle, thank you so much, Danielle. I'm doing great. I hope you are as well. World Cup has a world of alcohol ads. I wouldn't doubt it. I only watched that one game. The final game was the only one that I watched. Let me see here. Maybe I can figure it out here. Sober Start is a troll. I don't know, but I don't know him like that. ABCD, love the videos, LD. Thank you so much, my friend. Suspected Crab said, has there ever been a time when you went out and didn't end up buying alcohol? Every time I go out, I always surrender. I mean, I haven't drank in 4 years, so yeah, I've gone out now and not drank plenty of times. It wasn't easy in the beginning, I can tell you that. Big Dog said, to be honest, I've been watching Sober Start lately, and I'm like, yeah, that's me. I'm basically him chasing my tail. Got to stop. I could never put this comment section. I couldn't put up with this comment section, though, laughing my butt off. I understand. Really young. So I'm curious about your first hospitalization. You mean to tell me they never told you had cirrhosis? Sounds like malpractice. No, they did not tell me I had cirrhosis the first time. And I'm just going to be honest. I went to my local hospital here. It's a very small hospital. We didn't know what was happening with me. I was, throwing up black coffee grinds, all that stuff. It never happened before. And my wife is the one that made me go to the hospital. Had my wife not come home and made me go to the hospital, I would not be here talking with you guys right now. I would have passed away. They were very clear with me when I got to the hospital that had I not got there when I did, I wouldn't be here. But it's just wasn't a big hospital. They don't really deal with a lot of stuff like that. No, they didn't. It wasn't until I went to the other hospital up in Columbia, South Carolina, which was a much bigger hospital. That's when I found out I had cirrhosis. And that's when they told me, you have maybe a year left to live. Go home and spend time with your family. Nastern, how are your energy, mood today? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing great, my friend. Thank you so much for asking. How are you doing today? Sardu said, good morning, LD. A good topic for a video would be a loss of a loved one and the downward spiral alcohol could bring. Thank you so much for the suggestion, my friend. Definitely will do that. Alex Ramsey, do you have a different channel for cooking videos? No, if I put cooking videos, they'll go up on this one. I need to separate categories and make it a little bit easier. Jeff said, why do you like the number 33 so much, LD? You know, it's funny. I never did before. It's just my son and I were trying to come up with a cool way to do the free. So it wasn't just because we looked up live free and there were some other things that were using it. So we were like, let's do something a little bit different. So we decided to use the 2 3s instead of the E's just to make live free different. And that's it. It just came from that. And I got the tattoo on my neck of the 33. That was after the channel started. I actually got that while we were on vacation in Tennessee like 2 years ago. And it like I never I never had anything for the number 33 before all of this. It just because of the channel. Orange Diamond 33. Sober since January after a hospital detox. Never went to meetings or anything, but I watch all your videos. They really help. Thanks. That is awesome, my friend. Congratulations on being sober since January. But I'm glad you got a hospital detox. It makes it so much easier. Sunhouse, I have diarrhea every day. It's so weird. How long did it take for your stomach to get well again? You know, not long. Couple weeks, I'll guarantee you that you're going to be a lot better. Now, if you're not, please go speak with a gastroenterologist or your doctor because that could be something else more serious. You could be having pancreatic problems. It could be something going on with your enzymes. You know, you just never know. But if it continues more than a couple weeks, I will go speak with the doctor. Trippy Seed said, yeah, you, Backcountry Sober Start, Slayer Sober, my company when I'm in bad place. Your video is very comforting. Thank you so much, Trippy Seeds. As a matter of fact, Slayer texted me last night. I'm going to give him a call later on this afternoon after I get situated. Nero the Lost. I had to block Sober Start. That is not good to watch if you're just starting out. Wow, I'm sorry. Big Dog said, see, Sober Start was good for me lately because it made me realize I am him and I had to stop being him. I understand. Jeff said, LD, Backcountry and Slayer are the OGs of this. Thank you so much. Yeah, we've been around here for a few years now. I think this channel is 3 years old. Snapcraft, 4 years. Awesome. Thank you. Big Dog said, Jeff, yes, hands down, LD and Slayer are my favorite sober channels. Thank you. Trippy Seeds. Jeff said, they say that about every sober channel. I think he's legit or else he's a really good actor. Jeff said, who Trippy Seeds? Rose. I think a lot of us get mediocre health care where doctors look at us for 30 seconds and just tell us to go home with no diagnosis and no treatment. I think that could be the case sometimes. Alcoholic Goat. Sober Start has said that he would like to speak with LD before. I honestly think it would really help him. He has never reached out to me before. I'll need to reach out to him. Does he have a way to contact him on his page in his description or something? Does he have like an email or something? Big Dog said, I shake my head at people who say LD is faking it, shaking my head. See that first video? How do you fake that? Shaking my head. It makes me laugh at this point. You know, at the very beginning, I used to get very, very offended when people would say I was faking. But now it's like, you know what? I don't even care. Let them think what they want to think. I really don't care. If they think I'm faking, I'll tell you what. Whoever thinks I'm faking, you can take my hospital bills and pay them for me. I would love it. So if they're so fake, you take them and pay them. You can pay those fake hospital bills that I have. Big Dog said, I go through the same thing as Sober Start, the panic before the store closes, but difference is I don't feel the need to make 100 videos on the subject. Laughing. I gotcha. Suspected Crab said, everyone says to take milk thistle, but also doctors say it harms you. In your experience, what do you make of this? I'm afraid to take anything anyone says. The best cure is not drinking at all. So I spoke with my gastroenterologist about this, and yes, you do not want to take milk thistle. I mean, you do whatever you want to do. It's your body, your life. But my doctor told me that the milk thistle actually makes your liver work harder. So that's why you don't want to take it. Your liver already detoxes itself naturally. I mean, that's what the liver does. So you really don't need, just stopping drinking your liver will start to heal. Even if you have cirrhosis, it's going to stop causing damage. Jeff said, we should do like a sober convention where all the sober YouTubers and fans come together. That would be neat. Tech 49. Hey, LD, my first time catching live. Good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much, my friend. I am doing great. I hope you are as well. And thank you for being here today, Ron's mom said. I was wondering about the 33 myself. Yeah, it was just from this channel. Joseph Green said, I remember you saying that pancreas was very painful, LD. Absolutely. You do not want to have pancreatic problems. It is the most painful thing I've ever experienced in my life. The Auburn man said, what's up, LD? I didn't know if you remember JSNNN from about a year or two ago, but I wanted to let you know I haven't drank in over a year and I've turned 21. Thank you, brother. I do remember, and thank you so much for telling me that. Congratulations on over a year. That is amazing, my friend. Wow. User said, tell Slayer hi, and I'm so proud of him. He's very wise for a young man. That he is. I love Slayer. I sure enough will. Jordan Branscombe, LD. What's going on, my friend? Thank you so much for being here today. Jeff said, I thought maybe you were a grand wizard, LD. LOL. It's 100 degrees here and my sweat is sweating. I know about that. Sunhouse said, looks like you're helping a lot of us. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I hope so. Straw Nada said, do you ever worry that the porcelain god will smite you for abandoning the faith? I don't know. I hope not, because I never want to. I mean, it's eventually going to happen again. I mean, that's just the truth of it all. But I hope I don't have to visit the porcelain god anytime soon. Jordan said, LD Nero the Lost. I don't know what those emojis mean, but thank you. Snapcraft, Tam, nice job. Keep moving forward. Absolutely. Jenna and Friends, Animal Sanctuary, hey LD, I can't thank you enough for all you do and help people. I don't think you realize your impact. My brother died of liver cirrhosis earlier this year. I wish he could have listened to you. I am so sorry, Jenna. May your brother rest in peace. I am so sorry for your loss. That's really sad. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much, Jordan. I truly appreciate you, my friend. Did you just drink all those years or also party? I drank and partied. I did both. Thank you so much for the super chat. Big Dog said, okay. I'll stop making jokes like this isn't funny. I hope Soberstar finally beats it. Absolutely. Thank you, my friend. Steel is real. Hello, chat. What's up, Steel is real? CK2D. You have such a positive channel. Always there when I feel a wobble coming on, and even if you can't post on a certain day, there's a whole history. So supportive. Thank you so much, my friend, and thank you for being here. Tribby C said, you're like the Daniel Day-Lewis of YouTube. Went down to about 120 pounds just to mess with people. Nah, I hate when people troll sober channels. No one's making millions from each channel. Absolutely not. If people knew, like, yeah, no. Big Dog, Trippy Seeds, I agree. These channels should not be trolled. That's below the belt. People are going to do what people are going to do. There's nothing we can do to stop it. Like I said, in the beginning, I used to get really offended, but I was new to YouTube. I just didn't know. That's just, it comes with social media. People are just going to do that. And some people just come on to troll just because they have fun doing it. There's a bunch of kids out there that do that stuff. There's kids, I think, that look for lives, like on Saturday mornings, and they'll come in and just troll. Alcoholic Goat said, LD, he has been showing all his medical results. The doctor just told me he has cirrhosis and will die if he does not stop. He is still necking vodka and showing us. Oh, I'm sorry. Ron's mom, I've been on both sides of your addiction, sent 2000s to the curb for substance abuse, and then I became an alcoholic. Brilliant. I'm sorry. Suspected Crab, thank you so much. If only you can be live all day. Thank you so much, my friend. I truly appreciate you. This is in Russian. I have no idea how to read that, but it says I have fatty liver. I am so sorry, my friend. But the one great thing about that is that you can reverse fatty liver 100%. If you stop drinking and, start eating healthy, cut your carbs back, all that stuff, you can reverse that. Straw Nada, this is really random, but do you remember if you drank on 9/11? Absolutely. I remember 9/11 like it was yesterday. My wife and I had just bought my first house. My wife and I were living together. I woke up that morning. I had to go to work at 10 a.m. I was watching the news, and watched it happen on the news live. The first one had been hit, and then I watched the second one get hit. I called my wife and was like, "We're under attack." When I got off work that day, I got drunk. Steel is real. Steel is real. Peruvian marching powders. No stuff. Big Dog said, "I have the urge to go live myself when I'm having cravings, but at that moment I would have zero patience for any kind of trolling or sarcasm or smugness. LOLD. I salute you for actually doing this. Thank you, my friend." Alex Ramsey said, "Your channel is better than any meetings or alcohol classes. I look forward to your videos every day. Thank you for being so real and vulnerable. It truly helps." Thank you so much, my friend. You are so welcome, and thank you so much for being here. Is he going to let me do this now? Please. I want to look at the chat on here. Robert said, "Yo, yo, yo, happy Saturday." Thank you so much, Robert. Thank you for being here. Happy Saturday to you too. Suspected Crab said, "Thanks for reading all the comments. Rarely do channels read all the comments and care about their followers." You are so welcome, my friend. Sun House. Well, you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thanks again for being so informational, understanding, and kind. See you next time, friend. Have a great chat. Thank you so much, my friend. You have a great day yourself. Thank you so much for being here today. Jordan said, "I've been listening to all your videos, mainly while at the gym. I'm going for a walk. Just one more day." One more day. Thank you so much, Sunhouse, for being here. I truly appreciate you, my friend. Jordan said, "I've been listening." Oh, never mind. Trippy Seeds. "That's what makes LD's channel special. Can do a video nearly every day and somehow not sound repetitive." Thank you, my friend. Steel is real. Straw Nada. "I was hungover AF and laying on the floor when I saw Twin Towers fall." Wow. That's a memory right there. Or sir, I don't know how to pronounce that. 1955, retired nurse here. "Just wanted to thank you for making your videos. You are providing a very valuable service for those who need support." Thank you so much, my friend. That is so nice of you. My mom is a retired nurse. She's a retired RN. She worked all over the hospital. She was the charge nurse of the ER and every floor at the hospital. She just retired like 2 years ago, and my brother is a nurse. My sister-in-law is a nurse. My daughter is going to be graduating from nursing school in December. Got a lot of nurses in the family. Phil, thank you so much, my friend. Hey, LD, God bless you, and thanks for everything. Watching every video of yours. We'll listen to your live during my 1-hour car drive to band practice. It is Saturday evening in Switzerland. That is so cool. Thank you so much, Phil. Steel is Real said, "This is the first time I'm seeing your arm tats." Oh, you never seen my tats before? I don't ever show them because I'm always wearing, I don't know if you can see, but I've got a full sleeve in this arm. I don't, just a couple of tattoos, but I've got a whole bunch of tats all over them, like that go all down my shoulders, all down my back and my side and my legs, and got a bunch of tattoos. I haven't had a tattoo in a long time. I really love getting them. It costs so much money, and I can't afford it right now. I would love to get this arm sleeved up at some point. But another thing, too, that scares me is getting hepatitis. Leah said, "My brother died from cirrhosis almost 3 years ago. It helped me get sober. Been sober 2 years and 4 months. Also have cirrhosis and started having pancreatitis last year." Leah, I am so sorry. I am so sorry for the loss of your brother. May he rest in peace. I am so sorry you have cirrhosis and are getting pancreatitis. And you've been sober for 2 years. Hang in there, my friend. I don't know if you have a GI doctor or not, but they could really help you out getting some ERCPs done, maybe. I would definitely talk with a GI doctor if you haven't yet. I'm sure you probably have. CM Pretolato, "Hey LD, Argentina here. Thank you for your content. I'm sorry if I butchered your name there, but thank you so much for being here, all the way from Argentina. Thank you, my friend. Happy Saturday to you, and you're so welcome. Homebody, just woke up, LD. Glad you're still here. Absolutely. I'll be here till 12 o'clock today. I'm going to hang around for a while. I got to get off right at noon, though. I've got stuff to do with the kids today. Trippy Seeds, "Congrats to your daughter. Some good money in nursing, and you can travel if you desire." Yeah, we hope she doesn't travel. We hope she stays here, but she's probably going to. But thank you so much, Trippy C's. Yeah, she's about to graduate here very soon. Stephen the disciple said, "Hey LD, just got out of inpatient treatment last week. I'm 18 days sober today. Any tips for early sobriety? I still get cravings, but I haven't caved in." Um, I would just say whenever you start to feel like you're about to want to have a drink, find something to do that you can stay busy and not think about it. I think that's one of the most important things, whether it's walking, running, painting, pottery, wood carving, I don't know, but anything that you can find to keep busy and keep your mind busy is something that helps out tremendously. I don't care if it's cutting your grass, but as soon as you start thinking about drinking, go do something. Just find something to do. Don't just sit on your couch because it's gonna make you think about it. Find something to stay busy. Suspector Crab said, "I don't want to ask this, but hopefully it will scare other people out drinking today. I relapse once every month, basically. The anxiety is unbearable. Please don't do it." You said, "I don't want to ask this." Maybe you're meant to say, "I don't want to say this." Thank you so much for sharing that, Suspector Crab. Yeah, it's the anxiety the next day. I used to get it absolutely horrible, and every single day. Steel's Real said, "How many tats were Wilt's drunk?" Every single one of them, except for the one on my neck. Every single one. And the tattoo artist was a good friend of mine. Like, we were very close friends. And he used to get super upset with me because I would start bleeding so bad. And he'd be like, "Did you drink again today, man?" I would be like, "Yeah." And he would always tell me, like, "Dude, you got to stop doing that because there's too much blood coming out. It makes it hard for them to tack because they have to keep wiping the blood off." But yeah, every tattoo I ever got, I was drunk. And even if I had a tattoo appointment for like 11 in the morning, I was drunk before I went. Leah said, "My last CT showed tumors on my pancreas and spots on my liver, but you've helped me so much through my grief and fear. You've educated me about both conditions to help me stay sober. Thank you. You are so welcome. I am so sorry that you've got tumors on your pancreas and spots on your liver." Um, there's one thing they've spoken to me about is actually removing my pancreas, and that might be something that, they couldn't do for you. The only thing is you have to be on pancreatic enzymes for the rest of your life, and they're rather expensive. It's one of the reasons I've pushed back on it. But if you're having pancreatitis all the time, that might be a serious option because you and I both know that pancreatitis is no joke. It's one of the most painful things in the world. I mean, you will be flopping around on the hospital bed like a fish because it hurts so bad. Audrey, hi, LD, hi from Ireland. Thank you for all your hard work. You are an inspiration, incredibly courageous, and your honesty is remarkable. Thank you so much for being here, all the way from Ireland. Thank you, my friend. I obviously have family from over there. All the red hair. I know that I have family from there, but Anderson says, "Thank you. Thanks to your channel, LD, I've been sober for 15 months. A true inspiration to me and thousands of others. Keep up the great work." Congratulations on 15 months sobriety, Anderson. And thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you sharing that. Suspector Crab said, "Woo till 10, till 12. MNBV said, "Hey, LD, what were the worst withdrawals you ever had? Did you have seizures or DTs?" Yes, I did have DTs. I never had seizures. The worst withdrawals I ever had, that's hard to say. It was always horrible. But I'd have to say probably there towards the end is when it got the worst because my drinking got so bad. It got to the point where if I didn't drink within a matter of hours, I would start to go through withdrawal. I would wake up in the middle of the night and withdraw and would get up at midnight or so and go make a drink it, go back to sleep because I was starting to shake and stuff in my sleep. It would wake me up. Steel's Real said, "Find new hobbies, absolutely." Fish Stick said, "Distracting yourself to avoid escaping reality gets old." Well, When you're trying not to drink, is what you got to do. Trippy Seas, I never traveled after college. I think my parents were the opposite of you. Couldn't wait to get rid of me, but I think a lot of addicts are home birds. I was been out of my parents' house since I was a teenager. I've been gone for a very long time. My parents did not tolerate what I was doing back in those days. So, um, yeah, I didn't live with my parents very long either. I've been gone since I was young, very young. Straw nada, and it caused kind of a rift between me and my parents for quite some time, but we're back completely fine now. I just was young and didn't understand, but now that I'm a parent myself, I understand it. LD, even at my worst, I never stopped all the way down to Totino's. Red Baron exists, right? Yeah, Red Baron exists, but Red Baron's more expensive. Totino's used to be like $1 a pizza. I used to stock up on those things and throw them in my freezer. I ate ramen noodles, and like I said, I've been on my own since I was very young. We're talking 16 years old. Uh, Ramen noodles with frozen vegetables and Totino's pizzas were my go-to. That's basically all that was in my house. And beer. My roommate back then was old enough to buy alcohol, and we always had like Milwaukee's Best. There'd be like 4 cases of Milwaukee's Best in the refrigerator, and there would be like just ramen noodles. But yes, I know Red Baron exists. That's too fancy for my blood. Big Dog said, "You're absolutely right about the sparkling waters. Chugging one of those helps a little bit with the cravings, but to chug a beer, like, obviously not 100%. Or sparkling waters would sell like benzos, but yeah, lol. Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly the same, of course, but it's close and dang enough. And if you're really wow, Ron Jambo, thank you so much, my friend. Wow, that is so nice of you. Thank you so much, my friend. The $50 super chat, thank you. That's another country's thing. Jamie, I remember getting the start of my sleeve while I was buzzed. I recently just had more work done on it, completely sober. 12 years later, it hurt more, but the healing experience is 100% better. Absolutely. The one thing, too, is that you catch a buzz after you get tattoos. Thank you so much, Ron Jambo, and hello to you as well. Straw Nada, yes, I'm stuck with several awful tattoos because I went in drunk. Worst part is it reflects badly on the artist. He told me not to cite him as the artist. If someone asked me. Yeah, I understand. Thank you for sharing that. Fish Stick said, for people poor that own nothing and unemployed, it seems impossible to stay sober once you lose everything. You don't have anything to distract yourself with. A book costs about what, $2 if you buy it used at you go to a garage sale, you could probably get a book for a quarter. You can go to the library and get one for free. A book is cheap. It don't cost much. And I will guarantee you that something like reading a book could distract you enough. And especially if you get a really interesting book and you sit down and you start reading it, I promise you, your mind will go off in the Never Never Land. And that's one of the reasons I talk about books so much, because, and I know a lot of people don't like to read, but when you're reading a book and you have to start imagining the characters, the situation that's going on in the book, you're imagining what it looks like, all this kind of stuff. It really does take your mind away from what you're thinking about and really distracts you. At least for me. Everybody's different, but I think reading is a great way to distract yourself, and it's free if you go to the library. But I understand, and thank you for sharing that. Straw Nada said, yes, I'm stuck with several awful tattoos. Oh, never mind, I read that one. Sorry guys, we get a little behind here. When you were drinking every day, what type of food made you feel especially awful? I stopped eating greasy food years ago, but still eat fast food once in a month. I always feel better the day after. Pizza. Any kind of pizza. And I used to always eat it cold because I would be so drunk. So like my wife would buy pizza while I was at work for the kids, and I'd come home and there'd be cold pizza in the refrigerator, and I would just grab like 4 slices of cold pepperoni, wake up in the middle of the night and puke it all right back up again. I'd wake up in the middle. That's when I used to wake up, and it would, I would throw up in my sleep. It was because of the pizza. It gave me the worst indigestion. I guess the pepperoni and the cheese and the pizza sauce and the bread, I don't know. Alex said, what is the best way to deal with regret? I've noticed it's been one of the main reasons I end up relapsing. Apologize to the people that you have offended. If you have offended anybody, like really apologize. Um, and try not to let it happen again. I think that's one of the most important things. And just know that everybody makes mistakes. We're all human beings. Nobody in this world is perfect, and including the Pope. I mean, nobody's perfect. And just remembering that, and don't beat yourself up too bad. Just try your best to strive for better days and do the best that you can. That's all that we can do. We've all made mistakes. Trust me, I've made many, many, many mistakes, more than I would like to talk about. But thank you for the question. Big Dog said, I remember you saying your folks have a liquor cabinet but never drink to excess. My folks are the same. Oh, yeah. When I was a kid, I used to steal my parents' liquor, and I would fill it up with water. That's how much they drank because they didn't notice. Big Dog said, oh, never mind. DRH, alcohol was a great way to escape reality, but the next morning was hell. Absolutely. Snapcraft, 16, did you graduate high school at the time? Nope, I sure didn't. I graduated high school later on. I went to one of those, like after school where you can go and, like take the test and stuff to graduate. That's what I ended up doing. I ended up going to private school. I went to a Catholic school for a little while. That didn't work out. I kept getting in trouble. I got expelled from school. I was a complete disaster when I was younger. Jersey Girl said, hey, G, good morning. Hey, everyone. Waking up to a beautiful weather, cup of coffee, and Doobie beside me. That is so awesome. Hey, Jersey Girl. Glad you got Doobie today. Trivy sees ramen noodles with toasted soda bread was my go-to drunk meal. Just shitty carbs. I completely understand. Ron Jambo said, no worries, mate. Ron Jambo, LOL, no 50 KRs, $5. Hey, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it. A dollar, that's your dollar, and that's hard work to make money. Every dollar counts these days, so I appreciate you sharing it with me. Big Dog, when I was a teenager, we would pay a homeless guy to buy our booze and give him either a swig or a couple bucks and a couple smokes or a piece of broccoli, LOL. Oh, yeah. We would sit in front of the gas station waiting for adults to walk in, and if they look cool, we'd go up to them and be like, hey, we'll give you $20 if you'll go buy us alcohol. And, back then, people were like, yeah, sure. This is before cell phones, and people could take videos and pictures and all kinds of stuff, so... I feel bad for the kids these days. I was just watching something this morning, and they were talking about how, kids don't even like going like dancing these days because people record them. Remco said, hey, LD, hope you're doing well. I am struggling, unfortunately. I managed to keep 2 or 3 weeks sober, but I am failing. I'm sorry you're struggling, Remco. I am doing well. Thank you so much. 2 to 3 weeks is awesome. And you fall off for a little bit. I get it. But, making it 2 to 3 weeks each time, that's a good stint. I could never do that when I was trying to get sober. Just hang in there and keep trying. You'll get it. David said, hello, LD in chat. Happy Saturday. What's up, man? Happy Saturday to you too. Thank you for being here this morning. Big Dog said, good morning. Steel is Real said, I was a teenager dishwasher, and the older dishwasher would buy a fifth of Southern Comfort for $5. I was a dishwasher too. That's how I started in the restaurant industry, was washing dishes. And there was a dishwasher at the first country club that I worked at, that was a severe alcoholic. And he would get so drunk and all he did was work at the 3-well wash and sink. He would get so drunk. One time I came around the side of the kitchen because I worked in this little area. I cooked for a different section after I, learned how to cook and got away from washing dishes. I came around the corner one day and the dishwasher was in the sink, bent over, passed out with his head in the last rinsing sink, passed out, head in the water. I went and pulled his head out of the water, and like he was completely out. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen at that age. Straw Nada said, is Harry Potter butter beer a trigger? No. I don't even know what that is. That's that steak guy. Happy Saturday, LD. Thank you so much, that steak guy. Happy Saturday to you too. Tribby C's, I love reading, but I gotta be in the right mental state for reading. ADHD, I never understood when I see a homeless person reading. I have ADD too. It can be difficult for me sometimes as well. I just have to focus, stop letting my mind wander off. Step is to try about it. I'm sure you already have. Just keep trying. That's all that you can do, my friend. Fishstick said, Gen Z and millennials have it rough. We can't afford houses or get decent jobs, so you only distract yourself with books for so long. Eventually, you end up drinking. Nobody cares about the forgotten. Hey, I do understand because everything has gotten so expensive. I completely get it. And I do. I feel sorry for y'all's generation. I have children, that are going to be dealing with this one day. I hope things get better and things get cheaper. One can hope. Michelle said, how do you cope with fear after quitting? Face it. Just face it. Even when I don't want to, just face it. That's the best way that I know how to face it or deal with it is just face it. Because trust me, there's a lot of things that scare me. I used to drink to help me through everything, and now I don't have alcohol. And there's a lot of things that I've never encountered sober, and it happens all the time. It'll be my first time encountering something sober, and then I'm like, oh no, this scares me. David said, I just realized I've never seen you in a short sleeve, LOL. How many tats do you have? I don't have any. It's not my thing. I have no idea, David, honestly. A lot. That's one of the reasons I don't ever wear a short sleeve shirt, 'cause I really don't like showing my tattoos off. Not anymore. When I was younger, I did. Now I kind of feel bad having them, honestly. And it was really hot down here this morning, and that's why I'm wearing short sleeves. I usually wear nothing but long sleeves. Scurbins, I know I'm going to wake up tomorrow thinking I'm going to have a heart attack. Gotcha. Suspected Crab said, have you ever tried to hide your phone before you drink? To not drunk text. It's embarrassing and unbelievable what alcohol makes us do is unreal. No, I never did try to hide my phone. I would just text people and wake up the next morning and go, why did I do that? I think they've got like apps and stuff that you can download now to keep you from doing that. Dalty sent loot box for 1,000 jewels. Thank you so much for the 1,000 jewels, Dalty. I truly appreciate that, my friend. MMB said, did your tolerance drop towards the end? Heard that was quite common in the end stages. No, it was ridiculous. Steel is real. LD had never shown his arms on all of his videos. I watched a lot and don't recall ever seeing a single tat. I think LD has carefully cut out tats by design. Yeah, I've just always worn a long sleeve shirt because, like I said, I just don't. I don't like showing them. It's muted. They said the audio's back now. Okay, I don't know what happened. Weezer said, pronounce Weezer. Okay, my ex-husband's father and both grandfathers were alcoholics. I can't remember his father making coffee first thing in the morning and then having a little coffee with his morning vodka. I never drank coffee. It used to make me so nauseous. The only thing that I could drink in the morning was beer or liquor. Cirrus, are you wearing the Meta Pervert glasses? Yes, and I can see right through your computer and see what you're wearing right now. Yeah, they're pervert glasses, all right. They're Meta glasses. Big Dog, yeah, up here in Canada, buying a house is a fantasy unless you make like 200K a year. I'm happy I bought this double wide trailer for 50K in 2014. This is now in Canada, everyone is a Gen Z, LMA. Yeah, I'm glad I bought my house when I did too. It happened, I bought mine like right before COVID happened. It was like right at the beginning of COVID. And, right after that, everything went up super bad. Edvin, I drank 3 days a week and been doing it for 20 years and can't stop doing it since it's not a very day thing. It's not alarming, but it's bad. I understand. Weezer, it's one of my ex grandfathers died from pancreatic cancer, result of alcoholism. I'm sorry, my friend. David said, Big Dog, that's crazy. Big Dog, literally had to delete Facebook permanently in 2019 because I would get drunk and message people I didn't like and hadn't talked to in years and threaten them. LMAO. It's actually embarrassing. I understand. Thank you for sharing that, my friend. Tech49, yeah, you're back. I don't know what happened to the sound, but thank you for letting me know, guys. Ron Jambo, not having to put out fires you started when one goes on a bender the next day is the biggest relief. Absolutely. Not waking up in the morning and somebody giving you a call and going, man, do you remember what you did last night? And you're like, oh no, what? And they're like, man, you're not going to believe it. You were doing this or that, and your heart just drops. Suspected crab. Has the smell of beer ever make you gag? I stopped drinking beer because of that disgusting smell. Yes. Towards the end of my drinking, the smell of alcohol used to make me gag. I had the hardest time even swallowing it at that point. Snapcraft. Wow, coffee made you nauseous, not liquor. Can you explain that one a little bit more? It was the smell of the coffee and the fact that it was hot. I was always so dehydrated and nauseous when I woke up in the morning to begin with, and just the smell and the hot coffee, it just made me nauseous. I needed something cold, like beer. I wanted something that I could chug, uh, and get some water back in my life, because I didn't drink water. Robbie said, I keep DRH. Having a cup of coffee is much better than having a morning beer. Now 15 months sober. You're not kidding. Now I drink coffee every morning. I look when I go to bed at night, I get excited about the first cup of coffee in the morning. I can't wait to go to sleep so I can wake up and have my first cup of coffee. I'm not kidding. That's how much I love coffee now. But back then, no. I didn't drink coffee my whole life, really. Not until I got sober. Robbie said, relapsing after a week sober, and then I will drive sometimes. It's ridiculous. I understand. Ron Jambo, I'm quite impressed how you managed to be functional with the job and all that through your dark days. I would never be able to keep it together. Had I not done a good a job as I did in the beginning, I would not have been able to keep my job in the end. My drinking wasn't as bad as it was at the end when I was there, because there were plenty of times I could have gotten fired. But my boss really liked me a lot because I did anything they ever asked out of me. I never complained. I never said no. It didn't matter what it was. And that is the only reason that I kept my job, is because of what I was willing to do for my job. Like I said, I would do anything. And, there were plenty of mornings I came in and my boss was like, you reek of liquor. And he knew I'd been drinking. Robert, happy Saturday, LD. Happy Saturday to you too, my friend. Ron's mom. Ron was on a first name basis with the local magistrate, outright snapping on somebody or drunk texting and harassing someone. Man, I'm sorry. Steven, what are your thoughts on AA? I think it's great for people that it works for. It's not for everybody, of course. It's not for me. I've tried it. And trust me, I've been to plenty of AA. Plenty. But it just never worked for me. But I think it's great, and I think it's awesome for the people that it does work for, and there's people that swear by it. So I don't have any problem with AA. It just doesn't work for me, and I would never steer anybody away from it. I think everybody should give it a shot and see if it works for them. Um, and if it doesn't, find something else. But I think it's a great thing. David said, cost of living has gotten really bad in this country. 109K is considered low income in San Francisco. Yeah, that's why everybody's moving to South Carolina right now, which is going to change our way of living here, because with everybody moving from South Carolina right now is the number one state that people are moving to from all over the country, especially California. We have so many people from California moving out here, and New York. The cost of living is about to skyrocket, but the cost of living here is way cheaper than most of the country, and that's why a lot of people are coming here. You can still buy a house here in South Carolina for $75,000. It's not going to be a nice house, but you can buy a house for 75K. The guy who lives right down the street from me bought his house for $56,000. He moved here from New Jersey, and he bought an acre of land and an old double wide trailer that was pretty beat down. But $56,000. Big Dog said, I'm actually going to drive these empties to the nearest recycling bin. I don't even want them lingering around. I understand that. Tribute Seeds, I know you used to do film recommendations. I have a book on rereading it. Now Stephen King, The Langolers, sci-fi horror. Great read. The Langolers. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Thank you so much, Tribute Seeds. I'm going to check that book out. My favorite book I ever read in my life was called Pillars of the Earth. It was like the biggest novel I'd ever read as a kid. It was, I don't know, like 1,000-something pages, big thick book like this. But it was about cathedrals and building cathedrals, way back in the day, like the 1400s or something. A really good book. If anybody's ever interested, check out Pillars of the Earth. It's a great read. And I'll tell you, my favorite book of all time is Robinson Crusoe. If you have never read Robinson Crusoe, the movie they did is garbage. It is straight trash. Read the book. It is so much better. LD, is there a history of alcoholism in your family? Yes, absolutely. Snapcraft. Boss knew was on your side. The boss knew I had a problem with alcohol. Yeah. And yes, he was on my side. Suspected crabs. Big Dog, I have had vendors always talking to him. Snapcraft. Those guys talking with each other. David LaFawn, just thinking about the smell of bourbon makes my stomach turn. I can't believe I used to drink so much of that crap. I know. Biscuit Head, good to see you doing well. Kev from Greenville. What's up, Kev from Greenville? I was just in Greenville last week, as a matter of fact. I drove up there to get a trailer and drove straight back. Drove up to White Horse Road and came straight home. Big Dogs, respect for sure. Steel is real. Workaholic and alcoholic often go hand in hand. Most of us alcoholics don't know how to say no, and usually hard workers. You're right, Big Dog. I love this AA LOL. I can't do AA in my city. I end up meeting with someone I know and crushing beers with them after the meeting. That happens to a lot of people. They go to AA, and the next thing you know, they're going out and having beers or drinks afterwards. Robbie, I'm struggling not to drink this morning. I relapsed after a week sober. I gotta stay strong. You can do this, Robbie. Just remember, one day at a time. Don't think about the past. Don't think about the future. Just worry about today. That's all you need to worry about. Tribute Seeds, do you think South Carolina has a bad rep as a wild place? I've never been. When you say wild place, what do you mean, Tribute Seeds? Give me a little bit more context there. Like, you mean wild place like the crazy people are crazy, or... Remco, the person that I become when drunk is absolutely horrible. Even a skinwalker would flee from me. I get angry and frustrated with everything out of the blue. I hate myself when I'm drunk. I understand. DRH, some Stephen King books were based on his alcoholism. Misery is actually about his problems with alcohol. Really? I know that he had a problem with and alcohol. Dog, yeah, The Langoliers is awesome. I'm gonna have to check that book out now. Awesome movie and book. New Jersey property taxes are horrendous. Yeah, the property taxes here are going up now too. Like I said, so many people are moving here. They jacked everything up. And we just got our taxes, our house taxes. Like, they give you like when they say how much your house is worth. They said my house is worth $200,000 more than it was last year. So now they're taxing me on that. Our home taxes just went way up. Stephen King has been sober for 4 decades. I don't know. David says, South Carolina's cool. Myrtle Beach was one of my go-to places for spring break when I was in high school. I can't stand Myrtle Beach. Everybody likes it. I'm one of the weird people that does not like Myrtle Beach. Just too many people. I prefer to go to the beach. It's like, real small, family oriented. There's not many people out there, like Edisto Beach. That's a really nice beach. It can get crowded, but like Hunting Island, for anybody who's never been there, if you want to go see a really neat place, go to Hunting Island, South Carolina. It's a state park. It's beautiful. It's all wild out there. There's wildlife everywhere. You can feed deer out of your hand. I mean, it's crazy. Justman, hey bro, is your weight going down? How's your eating? Yeah, I lost a little bit of weight. I've been having problems eating here recently. I've got some issues again with one of my teeth, and it's making it where I can't chew. But I'm doing fine. Man, thank you so much for asking. Tech 49, do you still have the green baseball cap with the flag on it? That was a cool cap. I sure do. The problem with it is that right here on the hat, for whatever reason, they get this like bend in it, and that it looks like crap now. I still wear it when I'm like cutting grass or something. Mark, what's up, my friend? LD, when do we get to see your ink? When do we get to see your ink? It's Mark from Penn State. Always a great day when I catch you live, bro. Call your mother, LOL. Love you, bro. Keep fighting keep fighting the fight another day. Thank you so much, Mark. Mark, that's what everybody's been talking about. Is I got a short sleeve shirt on today. Everybody's been commenting that they can see I have tattoos. People didn't know it. But thank you for being here today, my friend. Love you too, brother. Erica, good morning from Southern California. What's up, Erica? What day are you on today? Good to see you. Steel is real. James A. Michener and his novels are the best. Alaska, Centennial, Hawaii, good reads. I'm going to have to check that out. Snapcraft, current boss, same guy. I don't work right now. So I haven't worked in a while. Biscuit Head. Hey, anytime you're ever in the area, would love to do lunch. For sure, my friend. DRH, Trippy Reed, The Shining is really okay. Spectre Crab, ever meet any fans in person? LOL. I know it's a big world. Hope you don't get bothered. I have, as a matter of fact. Sir, Texas property taxes are crazy high. Add to house insurance and the rest of utilities is getting too expensive for us in Texas. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Big Dog, hey LD, what do you eat in a day again? I'm actually going to try your diet for the fact that it's healthy and for the fact that food is mad expensive up here now, lol. Okay, so I start my day off. I don't know if you want to eat my diet, but I start off my day with a protein shake, first thing. Later on, I might have a little bit of fruit, maybe like, a peach or some grapes or some strawberries or blueberries or something like that. I'll have a little bit of fruit. And then later on in the afternoon, it depends. Maybe a little bit of yogurt or maybe a little bit more fruit or, whatever is around. And then later on in the night, I'll have a lean protein and a vegetable. And that's it. Just a lean protein and a vegetable. And then before I go to sleep at night, I drink a protein shake. And that's it. That's my day. My diet's basically based around protein, fiber, and that's about it. I can't eat a whole lot because of all my pancreatic problems, and I eat a lot of yogurt. I have so many GI issues. It's very hard to eat food, so I have to be really, really careful about what I eat. So that's basically it. Ron Jambo said the substance abuse in the hospitality industry is wild. I also worked in it most of my life, and I'm glad to be out of it, not gonna lie. So you're out of the restaurant industry now? Because I recognized you, man. I thought you were still in the restaurant industry the last time that we had spoke. Still is real, okay. Biscuit Head. We go to Fort Walton in Florida. Okay. Erica said today is day 273. Congratulations, Erica. I remember Erica first started her journey, and now she's on 273. Straw Nada. Any interesting Civil War history sites around your area? Oh yeah, there's all kinds of Civil War stuff around here, all over. South Carolina was a big place for all that. There's all kinds of stuff around here. Jamie, have you ever heard back from your follower Veronica? I remember you interviewed her a while back. Hope she's okay. I have not heard from Veronica in probably about a year. She messaged me, I guess about a year ago, and we spoke for a little bit. And she told me that she had moved away. Where did she move to? Was it Chicago or something? She moved somewhere else. She lived here on the East Coast. She moved somewhere in the Midwest, I believe. She had a bunch of family out there, but I don't remember where it was, and I have not spoken to her in a while. I do not know how she's doing. I'm gonna need to try to reach out to her. Thank you for the question, Jamie, and thank you for reminding me because I haven't thought about Veronica in a while. Maggie May, La, there anything a loved one could have said or done to keep you from drinking? Nah. Is there? No. There's not anything. And trust me, there was a lot of screaming, yelling, pleading, begging, all of it. It didn't matter. I had to almost lose my life to stop. And that's what it was going to take. That's the only thing that would have ever have gotten me sober is what I went through. Trippy Seeds, like when I hear stories about South Carolina, it's like a state that got left behind. Heavy drink, drug use, but I guess that's everywhere. Yeah. Tech 49 LD can buy felt inserts to fix caps that have lost their shape. You fit them in around the front of the cap and on the inside fix that green cap. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Thank you for telling me. LVC, still talking to Slayer. As a matter of fact, yes, I was just texting with him last night right before I fell asleep. And we have got a date today to talk. I'm going to be talking to him about 3 o'clock this afternoon. David said, sounds like a pretty healthy diet, LD. I wish I could eat more, man. User said no carbs. I'd not be able to do that. Yeah, I'm a type 1 diabetic too. I forgot to add that. So there's that as well. I'm a type 1 diabetic. I have serious pancreatic issues, liver disease. I have a million stomach issues, like gastroparesis and GERD. I deal with gout as well. I mean, whenever I go to the doctor or like my insurance, the nurse manager, whatever she's called, calls me, they always have to go over like all your conditions, especially when I go to a new doctor and they're like, okay, so you have this, this, this. It takes them so long to read all the issues I have. Seals Real Slayer sober is doing good last time I checked. Yeah, he's told me last night he's been sober for, I can't remember how many days. It was quite some time. Biscuit Head, LD, my uncle lost his half moons with his liver disease. Did that happen to you? Yes, it happened for a little while. We were just talking about this earlier. I think that's called Terry's Nails. But yeah, they were gone for a little bit, but they're back now. Yeah, it's back on all of my fingers. But my fingernails, they started like rolling upwards. This one right here still has it just a little bit. It was my middle finger, the one that never wanted to fix itself. My fingernails got really thin. The white part went away. But over time, they've come back to normal again. I don't know why. Wesley said, welcome. Happy to say I'm 8+ months sober. Longest streak of sobriety in my life. Congratulations, Wesley. Congratulations on 8 months. That is so awesome. And thank you so much for being here. Suspected Crab. Never been to Niagara Falls on the Canadian side. Great walk. Great for families. Only references because I'm feeling nostalgic. Well, thank you, my friend. I have been to the Niagara Falls on the American side before. Never on the Canadian side. Never been to Canada. Booga. The Sober Start channel is exposing fake sobriety content creators. Not you, LD. You're the real deal. Yeah, I don't know who he's exposing out there. Who's got exposed as being fake? Biscuit Head on his thumbs is totally white with no red. Like I said, mine went away. I don't know if it's maybe it's when your liver's really in bad shape that happens. I'm not sure. Big Dog. See, the thing is first thing in the morning. I don't think about it. If I make it to 8 p.m., I think to myself, why would I ever drink then? It's that 4 to 7 p.m. that the cravings are insane. I know. especially when you get off work. Trippy C, so happy Slayer seems to be really on the right track now. I know he's struggling, but he's determined. And I love Slayer. I'm surprised he's not here today. Um, yeah, it's so good that he's on the right track because he was really struggling there for a minute. Trust me, I talked to him like almost every single day through all that, and it was pretty bad. Steel is real 56, 58. I don't know what you're asking, my friend. I'm sorry. Big dog, I mean, I can explain it because that's when Miller time usually is, but I mean, it takes our own mind. It's so hard to fight it. I understand. Big dog said, I'm going to just binge watch this channel like a mofo. You go for it, my friend. Thank you so much for binge watching. LVC, have you ever tried fasting to help your health condition? I'm currently 6 days fasted. Yep, I sure have. Not on purpose either. Whenever I'm in the hospital, and because I've been hospitalized multiple times and they had to do a procedure, they won't let you eat. I've gone 2 weeks without eating anything, and I've gone like a week without eating or drinking in the hospital. They won't let you drink anything, especially when you're in the middle of pancreatitis. They'll give you those little sticks that are like wet, and it's got like a sponge on the end. You put that on your mouth and like rub it around your lips and stuff like that. But yeah, I've never fasted on purpose, but I've fasted for weeks. Um, not because I wanted to. Weezer said, didn't know you were type 1 diabetic. My husband is type 1 for over 6 years. Yes, we are old. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm type 1 diabetic. I wasn't my whole life. As a matter of fact, I got diagnosed as a type 2 diabetic at first, and then I moved to a type 1. My pancreas does not create any insulin at all. I had to be retested because my endocrinologist said, I think that you're a type 1 now. And then I had to go do the blood work. I fasted all night, went and did the blood work, and they found out I'm type 1, which changed how I was my treatment, because I used to take these pills. I can't remember what they were called, and I was on long acting and short acting insulin. But once they found I was type 1 diabetic, now I just wear an insulin pump, and which this thing right here is it's my pump. It's what I enter my insulin in with. I'll show you guys. So you go right here to this screen, and it gives you like your carbs, your glucose, and then it tells you your total bolus down here at the end. And that's how I take my insulin. I used to inject myself. Now I have this thing, and there's a pump that stays on my stomach all the time. My Billy Rubin, my doctor said, max 1 year left. I'm so sorry. Praka. They told me the same thing, that I only had a year left, and it's been 4 years. 3 years past the time that they said I was not going to be here any longer. So just keep pushing forward. Don't think about that. I know it's easier said than done, but just don't listen to what they're saying. If they're saying you only have a year left, just keep pushing forward. They sent me home from the hospital and said, you need to go home and spend time with your family and get all of your open ends closed up, because you're not going to be here this time. They said holiday season of next year, which was Christmas. Still here. Jersey Girl said, hey, G, a friend of mine was recently diagnosed with cirrhosis. His only symptom was severe bad breath. Ever had or heard of that? Yes, I have. And I'm sorry to hear that. Wesley, okay. Trivia C's. What countries have you visited, LD? Don't tell me you're one of those Americans who's never left America, LOL. Yeah, I've left America. I've gone to like the Bahamas and stuff like that, but no, I've never gone to any other countries. I worked too much. I just never had the time to leave. I mean, I really, truly didn't. And now with all my health problems, I can't leave the country. Booga, his only symptom was bad breath. How's that? His liver. I can't remember why that happens, but yes, you can have very bad breath with liver disease. Mona, hey LD in chat, sending big hugs from Texas. What's up, Mona? Good to see you. Mona has been here since I started this channel. I hope you've been doing well, my friend. How's Texas? Remco, the days when I'm sober, your channel really helps. I watch your video every morning with coffee and then feed my animals and start my day fresh with a peaceful mind. Those are the best days. What kind of animals do you have, Remco? We have a bunch of animals here too. We have a little farm. We have horses and goats and dogs and cats and chickens. And Jersey Girl said, gotta go start our day. Good to see everyone. Thanks for doing this live. Love you all. Love you too, Jersey Girl. And you have fun today. You and Doobie enjoy your day together. What are your thoughts on the Scott Frieda channel? You know, I like Scott Frieda. He's a little out there, I'm not going to lie. But some of the stuff, the reenactments that he does, they are so realistic. And that's what made me start watching him. He would like be standing in the bathroom with a glass of vodka, and he's doing that thing where he's shaking and he's like trying to drink it and he's dry heaving into the sink. That was me every single morning, I swear. And when I watched him do that, I knew that he knew what he was talking about. That guy's not lying. There's just no way he would know. And like when he's pretending like he's hiding his vodka, and he's sitting at the table and he's pretending like he's talking to his wife who passed away. I'm like, man, that guy knows exactly what he's talking about because he does things that only an alcoholic would know, especially the hiding of the alcohol. I like that guy's channel. G-Bone, those black ops from drinking can be mad scary. Ain't no telling where you can end up. You are not kidding. I hope you're having a good day, G-Bone. Good to see you, man. Mona said, hi, David Game. Oh my gosh, I am way behind. Slayer's in here? What's up, Slayer? Good to see you this morning, man. I was telling everybody that they were asking about you, and I said, as a matter of fact, I have a date to talk to Slayer this afternoon. Told him I was talking with you just last night. Thank you for being here today, man. Good to see you. How are you doing this morning? Weezer said, do you wear a continuous glucose monitor? Hubby wears a Dexcom. As a matter of fact, right there. That's my Dexcom right there. So, yes, I do. Big Dog said, oh, yeah, LD, that story about you and your buddy going into that abandoned house, but the owner showed up with a gun. And you guys were outside my knees laughing this story. Man, I woke up the next morning. I was so afraid. I was like, man, I'm going to jail. Caro, were you a heavy drinker? Yeah, I was half a gallon of vodka every single day for a decade. And I drank before that, too. I drank for 26 years. Mona said, so good to see you, LD. So good to see you, too, Mona. I was just thinking about you the other day. Joey Sato, did you have a liver transplant? No, I can't have one either. It's because I have blood clots in my portal vein and a bunch of other issues, and they told me because of that, I can't have a liver transplant. Big Dog mean, again, not trying to laugh, but it's ancient history now. I certainly don't want to do that stuff like that anymore. I understand. LVC, have you ever considered telling your story at high schools? Yeah, I've thought about that. I just don't know how I would go about doing it. Caro, fasting accelerates aging. CJ, yes, my brother. Been here since the start. Watch your videos every day. I'm struggling right now, but you give me so much inspiration to get sober again. Love from Liverpool. Love, bro. Love to you too as well, CJ. And thank you so much for being here since the beginning. I'm sorry you're struggling right now, but I believe in you, my friend. I know you can do this. Remember, it's just one day at a time. Strawnatta said, when they say X years at max, remember that records are made to be broken. Absolutely. Mona, I was talking to David. Stella Polaris. Has there been a YouTube video you regretted later on, but people saw it and then it was too late to delete? Nope, I have no regrets about anything like that at all. You know, one of the things when I first started this channel, I didn't think I had much longer left. Like, honestly, I didn't. I thought, you know, I've only got a couple months left to go, so who cares? Well, obviously I didn't go, but at this point now, I don't care. You know, if telling one of my stories can help anybody, somebody, just one person, it's completely fine. Biscuit, don't let a chart define your life. LD is a great example of what changing habits what can happen. Absolutely. Thank you, my friend. Slayer said, much love, everyone. Thank you, my brother. Strawnatta. You have barn cats? Do they eat your dismembered rabbits or bring them to you as a gift? No, they never brought us any rabbits. We have rabbits all over the place out here. The cats stay locked up. We have a big, huge, we basically built like an outdoor, I mean, it's like a 15 by 20 caged in, roofed area for the cats. We let them out during the day, but they get locked up at night in there, so no, they don't really do stuff like that. They will get like lizards and frogs and mice and things like that, but never any rabbits. Sarah said, I was around long before Sober Start. Much love to that dude, though. What happened? Oh, I must have missed a whole bunch. What happened with Mona? I don't see what she was talking about. I had a major loss. Oh, I didn't see that. I'm sorry, Mona. I'm sorry for your loss, my friend. Was it the same one or a different one? I'm not a drinker, but I quit on. Okay, she's talking to somebody else. Big Dog. In my opinion, Scott Frida tells it like it is because this isn't a joke. I just couldn't purchase his course or whatever. I could see myself fighting with that guy and quitting his course fast. That's one thing I've never done on here is charge anybody for any courses or anything like that. I don't really believe in that. To each their own. I'm not judging anybody. Gerard, proud of you. Minnie Monyays, bro, you're an inspiration for me. Proud of you from Ethiopia. Thank you so much, Manya. Is that Manya Ziwali? I have no idea how to pronounce that, but thank you so much, my friend from Ethiopia, and thank you so much for being here. I'd love to come visit Ethiopia someday. Booga! Sober Start said that Slayer is a fraud. The cheek of him. Slayer is not a fraud. Trust me, I know 100%. I've spoken with Slayer's father on the phone before. Slayer's serious. Wesley said, I've done things I've never dreamed I would do again in sobriety. Trust me, I know. David said, my sister's a type 1 diabetic. She wears a Dexcom too. Oh, I'm sorry she's diabetic, but the Dexcoms, man, they make things so much easier. You don't have to prick your finger 1,000 times a day. LVC, can you do a talk with Slayer on here? Yeah, not today, but yeah, we definitely can. We've done tons of talks. If you haven't, go back to my older lives. I've got some with Slayer, and we did a whole bunch of videos at the beginning of this channel together as well. Steele's real said, I wish the USA had government-funded hospital detox. Yeah, I wish so too. Gordon, thanks for all the work you do. You put in LD, you're really helping a lot of people out. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for being here, Gordon. Where am I? Keep getting kicked off. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find one place down. Drinking is evil. Pete said, thanks again for everything you do, LD. You give a lot of us. Stay on the right path, and we cannot thank you enough. Thank you so much, my friend. Big Dog said, yeah, problem with Sober Start is bro needs to actually read his comments LOL, like the ones that are actually true. Wesley said, I remember one night being so drunk just yelling outside in the middle of the night for hours. Booga says, Steele is he got offered free rehab and knocks it back. He's not serious about giving up booze. It's all about attention. I'm not sure who y'all talking about. Elka? Do you have any favorite movies or anything like that? Shows, music? Yes, my favorite movie is The 13th Warrior. If you have never seen it, check it out. Favorite shows? Music, I love The Doors, Pink Floyd. I love basically anything. Jimi Hendrix. Um, I don't listen to a lot of new music. Wesley said, not sure why my neighbors didn't call the 50 on me. Nick Dipple said, yo, bro, I'm going through addiction right now. I'm sorry, my friend. Keep hanging out here. I hope I can get better soon. Hey, I know you can. And this is the first step. You know that you have a problem and you're here watching the videos. You're trying to do something about it. Keep hanging out here. And remember, this is one day at a time. Trippy Seeds, do your dogs ever chase the rabbits? We do it as sport here. Yes, my dogs do. And they've never caught one, but they will. They chase my chickens, they chase the goats, they chase everything. Falcon said, good to see you doing well, sir. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for being here. Booga says Sober Star, as in the Strat, as in the guitar, has some scathing videos about Rick the Con Man. Sober Strat, that's somebody's channel now? Wouldn't anyone else yell like Rage in the state too? Big Dog. Here we're not about bashing Sober Star. We want him to actually get sober. Absolutely. You are so right, my friend. Gordon, I work at a ranch. The cats bring us baby rabbits all the time, but won't catch a ground squirrel. When I was younger, we used to have Doberman Pinschers, and I had a male and a female. They were such smart dogs that one of them would stand behind a tree, and the female would chase after the birds, and the male would jump out from behind the tree and snatch them with his mouth. I watched them catch 2 blue jays one day doing that together. Jeff said, I got a liver scan Monday, had stage 4, then a month later, stage 2. Wish me luck. Good luck, my friend. Hey, at least it's coming up. Falcon, keep cool down there in South Carolina, man. Thank you, my friend. It's been actually cooling off a little bit here the past few days. How to get sober course starting at the low price of $999 a day joke. Yeah. Buy my course for $100 a day. Big Dog. Don't get me wrong. I'm not pooping on Scott Frieda. What a drill sergeant approach. Def works with a lot of people. It just doesn't work with me. I understand. Like I said, I think I like him. Anybody that's on here trying to help people, they're okay in my book. Booga, rehab is overrated, especially for peeps who have no intention of quitting. Slayer, me and LD go way back to the early days of this. Had many amazing conversations over the years. Man, there have been nights that Slayer and I have been on the phone from like 7 o'clock at night till like 5 o'clock in the morning. I swear to you guys. And the thing is that we help each other. There have been times where I've been on the phone with Slayer because I've been struggling. I had to call him or text him and say, hey, man, can we talk? Because I was going through it so bad and like wanted to drink, was ready just to give up. Hey, I'm normal, just like I'm a human being, just like any of you guys. There are times when I want to give up. There are times when I want to say the hell with all of this. I'm done. I'm done with the health problems. I'm done with going to the doctor. I'm done with procedures. I'm done with having surgeries. I'm done with having teeth problems. I'm just done with all of it. You know, there's times when I truly do just get totally fed up. Doug said, good day from Australia. You're helping people all around the world, showing us we're not alone. Thank you for your efforts and honesty. Have you considered doing some cooking videos while you chat? Yeah, I just had somebody ask me earlier. I'll do some cooking videos coming up here soon. I'll do one this week. But thank you so much for being here from Australia, my friend. I really appreciate you saying that. Dustin, what's up, my friend? Hello. Thank you for being here. Dear Ladu, imagine going around gossiping and lying to other chats about someone like a little weasel. I don't know what you mean about that. Who on here have had more rehabs and relapses. Tribute sees, yeah, I remember you stream, you and LD did. You looked nervous at first, looking back and forward, but you found your ground and spoke well. Honestly, I think discovering the doors at 16 contributes to my alcoholism. Jim made it look so cool. You're not kidding. And I used to, like, Jim Morrison was like my idol when I was a teenager. I know exactly what you're talking about. I had my hair grown out like his and everything. Dominic, I'm sorry. Even though you are now sober, have you ever felt grateful that you've had alcohol for a situation? I have, as a matter of fact. I have, because it gave me a lot of purpose in life, especially doing this channel. It's one of the things that I think about all the time, is that I wish that I hadn't gone through what I did and ended up with the health problems that I do. But had I not gone through the things I did in life, I wouldn't be able to talk about this and, try to help other people. David's, they're talking to each other. Booga said, since when did the breakdown of society and mental illness become a scalable revenue stream? What are we talking about here? Oh, I guess he's talking about, like, people charging money for that stuff. I don't know. At the end of the day, too, you have to realize this, that people that are spending their time, they're using their time. And if people decide that they want to, charge money for things, that's their business. Everybody's time is worth something to them. And, the thing is that you don't have to pay for it, you just don't. So, there might be people out there willing to do it. I'm not going to hate on anybody for that. Do I agree with it? Not really, but, it's not my place either. Steel's Real LD is Slayer your sponsor? No, he's not. We just talk to each other. Biscuit head off and wonder how you're a young man and you have liver disease, and my uncle has drank for 6 years and hasn't changed his ways, but it seems to have some issues, but still doesn't liver fail in there. Everybody's body is different, and there's people that can drink their whole life and not have any health problems. There's people that drink a year and end up with liver disease. It just depends on our own personal physiology, what's genetics. There's a lot of things that, Booga, LD Slayer, and Sober Start, marvelous trifecta. Thank you, my friend. Slayer said, not my sponsor, just a good friend. Yeah, we're just good friends. Strobus, what up, dude? What's going on, my friend? Steel's Real, I am requesting a steak au poivre tutorial. You want a steak au poivre tutorial? I can do that for sure. Absolutely. That's an easy one right there. Sure, I can do that. Wesley said, my therapist thinks a sponsor isn't the thing for me. Seems like it works for some. Give it a shot. It's worth trying. If it doesn't work, then try another route. Almada Warrior, you're sobering. I guess thank you. Where am I at? Sixer, oh my God, I caught you live for the first time. Thank you so much for being here, Sixer. Big Dog said it's all genetics. Booga, your therapist sees him as a threat to his income. Praka, since my daughter gave me 1 year, I am getting suicidal thoughts. Also, I can't afford treatment anymore. Praka, don't do that. Hang in there. Just hang in there, my friend. Life is worth living, and it's worth trying for. I promise you. Just keep pushing forward. David, everyone is different. Genes. Some people get liver disease at a young age, while others never get it after decades of drinking. Yeah, there's people out there in their 20s with liver disease right now. And I hear about it all the time. DRH, alcohol is poison no matter how they sell it. Absolutely. The World Health Organization straight up says that no amount of alcohol is safe. It does not matter. None. And any amount of alcohol can cause health problems. One drink a day could cause health problems. Sixer, I love all your stuff. I always watch them before sleep. Thank you, my friend. Big dog. That's why I gotta quit 18 to 24 tall cans a week. Seem like F all. But again, genetics are a dice roll. They are. Wesley said, sorry to hear, Prakash. Life is worth living, man. It sure is. Don't give up hope. You're right. Lifestyle matters, yeah. Booga, sad indictment on society. Wesley, I've been there before with those nasty thoughts. They will pass. Keep living. That's why I say nothing lasts forever all the time, because it doesn't. And those feelings, they don't last forever either, and they will pass, just like Wesley said. Thank you for adding that. Just keep pushing forward. Big Dog, don't regret a cent I've sent LD, because every single one of those pennies would have gone to Talk Hands. Thank you, Big Dog. I really appreciate that. Lisa, could you please give me your thought on interventions again? The sound went off last time you answered. I don't think interventions work. I just don't. I mean, I guess they're probably worth a shot, but I don't feel like when people go in and try to force sobriety on people, you have to be ready for it yourself, and you have to want it for you. And when we get to that point where we really truly are ready, we're ready to change, that's when it changes. Baby Reg, what's up? Good to see you today. Dustin, do you do this every Saturday? I don't. I'm gonna probably start doing it every Saturday though, or Sunday. Booga, the luck of the genetic draw. Yep. Seals real. My grandpa drank like a fish and lived to 96. Unfortunately, he was a vegetable in the last 10 years. My grandfather drank into his 90s. My grandfather was in World War II. You know, drank his whole entire life, smoked cigarettes up until the day he died, and never had a health problem from drinking. He had all these other problems. He had pig valves in his heart, and, you know, had to have like 4 of his vertebrae removed or something. He was like 6 foot something, and when he passed away, he was like 5'4". He was all hunched over, and every single one of his fingers was welded because he had such bad arthritis in his hands. But he drank up until the day he died. Never had liver disease, nothing, and he drank like a fish. So it just depends on genetics, really, I guess. Epigenetics is starting to usurp genetics as a bigger determining factor of health outcomes. Okay. Mike said, found out that not all the display toilets at Home Depot plumbing. Julie said, flying to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina right now. I'm going to have a sober and fun vacation. Have fun, Julie. It's going to be hot. Pacha Girl, what's up? Hey, LD, you're looking great. San Diego is brutally hot and humid. It's Comic-Con this weekend, so I'm loving the costumes. That's so awesome. Thank you so much for being here today, Pacha Girl. It's good to see you today. Straw Nada, unfortunately, there's no World Health Organization anymore. There's not? I know that, like, we're not giving them money anymore, but I didn't realize that they were not around anymore. Big Dog. Hey, bro, I'm not a doctor. All I know for me personally is my drinking is contributing nothing positive to my life. It's just an extreme habit. I have a house and a car and money, but still the beer. I understand, my friend. You can do it. Booga. No amount of the average food in our shelves is 0% carcinogenic, to be fair. Nope. Trey, hey LD, a little late, but good to see you. Thank you so much for being here, Trey. Yeah, I'm gonna be getting off here in about 18 minutes. Julie said, had a dream I was drinking vodka, and thank you for being here today, Trey. Had a dream I was drinking vodka last night, woke up in such a panic, almost 3 years sober. Julie, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've actually made videos. I think I've done 2 videos on that topic, and I need to do another one because in my sobriety, I have had many a dream where I woke up and was like in a panic, sweating, crying, because I relapsed in my dream. And it was so real, like real. DRH, alcohol use causes brain damage. Yes, it does. Booga said, Almada, you can't just say you have a decent pair of 501s. G-Bone, according to social media, not verified, but just saying your younger generation are drinking less, which is great. They actually are. We're at a all-time low in the United States for drinking. 90 years. The lowest amount of drinking in this country in 90 years. I guess since Prohibition. The younger generation are not drinking. They are using a lot more broccoli, but to be honest with you, I'd rather see people use broccoli than drink alcohol because alcohol is so dangerous. It causes so much damage. Steel's real, where does Slayer go? I have no idea. 6-year-old, oh my god, what? I don't know. Booga, word, big dog, the food's killing us all. Mission chemtrails. You can only neglect until the WHO misses US money. That's what I was saying. I knew that we weren't giving them any more money, but I didn't know they weren't around anymore. Biscuit, I know you're coming up with new treatments. They're coming up with new treatments all the time. Is it possible you get a transplant? Or are there things coming up your dog's talking to you about? My doctors haven't talked to me about any new treatments, but they are actually developing a pill right now that would reverse cirrhosis. I'm hoping that I can live long enough for that. They're also in the process right now. I don't know if you guys have ever heard about this, which I'm hoping can happen because I've lost so many teeth due to my health. There's a Japanese company right now that's making a pill that you can take that will make you regrow all your teeth. I'm not kidding. Look it up. It makes all your old teeth fall out, but new ones grow in right behind it. What it does is there is a protein that your body creates that makes it shut off your teeth production, and they made it where it like turns that protein off, and you'll start growing teeth again. I'm hoping that I'm around for that too. They're in human trials right now. I'm going to take that pill. Probably make me grow teeth out my butthole or something like that. Who knows? But it's worth a shot. At least I could chew the other way. Like I said, glad you can afford meat, big dog. Yeah, that's one thing. We don't ever buy steak. We eat cheap meat. And if I buy chicken, it's always chicken thighs. And if I buy pork, it is pork loin. It's the cheapest meat you can get your hands on. And that's all we basically eat here is chicken thighs and pork loins. Doug Rogan, did you ever find the bottle of vodka you threw into the pine trees? That's funny you say that. I was just talking to my wife about that the other day. Would you keep it for a victory trophy if you ever found it or toss it out? I would keep it and show it to you guys if I ever found it. I don't go over there and dig around. There's a whole bunch of wild bushes back in there. I don't want to crawl around in there. I'm scared of snakes. But if I ever do find it, I'll sure enough show you guys. Big Dog said, I always have dreams. I'm on foot in the winter and the beer store is so far away and closing soon. It's hard walking through the snow. It's a reoccurring nightmare I've often. That's funny. Go say it's propped up a lot of these. The younger generation is high now. Yeah, not drunk. Broccoli binges are dangerous. LD, what kind of vitamins do you take? I take diabetes vitamin pack by Nature Made, I think. It comes in a big box, and there's these little packets. There's like one of the side of the packet is fish oil, and then there's a whole bunch of vitamins on the other side. I took them to my doctor, had them approved. The only thing I'm not supposed to take in that pack is the green tea extract. He said it's really hard on the liver. Don't take it. But I take everything else that's in there. There's like 8 vitamins in it. Genuine diet advice, beetroot juice. I love beetroot juice. It's great for your blood pressure too. I used to take beetroot powder. Big Dog, see, last night I tried to grab just 2 25-ounce cans and no broccoli, drank one, drove to the broccoli store and then grabbed one. More 25-ounce cans, just have to quit everything. I love mixing it all. I know what you mean. Spicy Burrito, LD. Will Miss LD join you again at some point? I enjoyed her perspective when she was on last time. Yeah, I haven't thought about asking her to come on in a while. But yeah, I'll bring her back on. She was my wife's an accountant, and tax season was going on for a long time, so I couldn't get her on during that period of time, but I can get her back on. Almonda, losing health because of teeth is real. Yeah, I've lost a lot of teeth. Big dog. And then smokes, LOL. So far, not even a smoke today. I don't chain smoke, but I smoke when I drink. I understand. Pasha girl, teeth, stop it. Keep us posted. Almost. Oh, thank you so much, baby rag. Hope you and the kids have a successful school year. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate the super thanks. And thank you for being here today. Sixer, haha, all medicine got some side effects. They do. Boger, hey LD, it's Manu, watching from Spain. I'm drinking every day pretty heavy, but I can stop easily for like 3 months without having the shakes or something. Do you think I cannot be an alcoholic then? I can't say. I can't say for sure. And I don't want to say, because if I say yeah, no, then I would speak to a doctor about that. Big dog. But thank you so much for being here, all the way in Spain. I can go days, no beer, no cigs, no broccoli, and the second I have one chug of beer, I'm smoking and blazing like an hour later, shaking my head, LOL. Yep, that's why just one sip and it's over. Sixer, shout out to your wife, dude. She's a real one. I can only wish to find a girl that is as supportive of yours. Thank you so much, my friend. We've been together since we were kids. My wife was in high school when we met. I had just gotten out of high school. She was 16, I was 19 years old, and we've been together ever since. What advice would you give to me hooked on dip? My brother was hooked on dip for a long time. He said he used to wake up in the middle of the night and put a dip in because he wanted to dip so bad. He would fall asleep with them in his mouth. I don't know. That's a good question. I really don't know about like how to quit dip. I know they've got a lot of new dips out there, like caffeine dips and coffee dips, and there's like dips with nothing in them at all. It's just like there to replace your dip. Try looking up one of those, and maybe you could replace it with one of those like fake ones or something. I know they even have like beef jerky dips, and that's pretty gross, but you could give something a shot. I don't know. Maybe you could put some kind of herb or something in there, or like a tea packet. I don't know. I'm from the UK. When you all say broccoli, you mean broccoli or Jake's Paul hairdo. We mean like, yes, steel is real. It's got it right there. I just don't, because I'm worried that YouTube is so picky about what people say, and they won't let this video get shown because of something like for saying broccoli, the real word. Thank you so much, Biscuit Head. Wow, 19.99. Thank you so much, my friend. That's so nice of you. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, I just don't like saying the M word that ends with an A, because like I said, YouTube will won't promote this video to anyone. Sometimes they'll like delete your video for stuff. So I'm just real careful. There's a bunch of words I try not to say on here. Booga, cheers everyone. I feel like a pure drafty, LOL. Cheers to you, my friend. Sixer sent Flow State for 200 jewels. Thank you so much, my friend, for the jewels. I really appreciate that. Big dog. All right, well, I'm just going to say bye now because there's only 10 minutes left. Thanks, LD and LD fam. Hope you guys have a sober day. I'm going to be here regularly now. Got to make this stick this time. Peace. Hey, Big Dog, thank you so much for coming back, hanging out, man. I really appreciate it. Big Dog has been here for a long time, since basically I started the channel. And I really appreciate you being here, brother. Glad to hear that you're back on the wagon. You can do this, my friend. I know you can. I believe in you. And yes, I've got to get off in just a few minutes, guys. Like I said, I got plans with the kids today. All the self. Broccoli is not what it used to be, unfortunately. I don't know about, I really don't know. Sixer, I'm also addicted to dip. Seems almost impossible. Hey, the one thing I always say, don't try to quit too much at once. If you're just quitting drinking, don't try to quit your dip or smoking or any of that stuff at the same time. I would give it time, months even, or maybe even a year before you even screw with trying to quit something else, because you're going to overwhelm yourself and you're going to go right back. Trust me, I used to do it because I was a smoker too. I used to try to quit smoking and drinking the same time. And before you know it, I got super stressed out And then I was smoking. I was like, well, you know what? I already relapsed on smoking cigarettes, so I might as well drink now too. And I was right back at it. Try to quit drinking. It's the most detrimental to your life, to your health, everything. Try to quit that. Give it some time. Once you get somewhat comfortable, then try to quit your dip or whatever. It's not going to be easy. Nicotine is highly addictive, especially dip. Seals, LD, your wife saved your butt. All the talks about passing out and this and that. Yeah, Jeff. So we'll be in your neck of the woods in October as we were driving home from PA September 20th for 2 weeks. Then driving down the East Coast coming back. We'll beep when we drive through South Carolina. Definitely do that, my friend. Booga. In the UK, there's this crap called Star Dog. It's freaking boogin, man. Remco. Thought it sounded more interesting to have animals. Have 3 cats of my own and an old cat from the neighborhood that comes by every day, and a hedgehog that lives in my garden. A reason to get up. Absolutely. YouTube doesn't want people to get sober. Seals real content creators have to be careful with the words, but not commenters. Yeah. Sixer said broccoli is better for you and the channel always. I absolutely agree. I've always said, I believe, you're going to do anything. That's the healthier of the two. SL Goppenheimer, how have you been doing? I've been doing great, my friend. Thank you so much for asking. Unfortunately, I'm going to be getting off of here in just a few minutes. If anybody's just hopped on and wants to watch, this is being recorded. It will get posted as soon as I get off of here, so you can go back and watch from the beginning if you missed anything. Weezer said, good chat. God bless. Thank you so much, Weezer. I really appreciate you being here. Tubby tells, good morning, liver disease. Just wanted to say thank you for being one of the 2 positive influences in my life and for encouraging me to be the best version of me I can be. Been drinking a lot since. Thank you so much, my friend. Good morning to you too, and thank you so much for being here, and I believe in you. Jamie, enjoy this beautiful Saturday, LD. Love you. Love you too, Jamie, and thank you so much. I sure will, and you do too. DRH, alcohol is far worse than broccoli, that's for sure. You're absolutely right. Toby said, both of my parents passed. That was then. This is now. Anyways, thank you for being of a higher frequency. I'm so sorry for the loss of your parents, and thank you so much, my friend. Yeah, it's government. Loaded with spice. Erica says, still vaping. I quit smoking 8-9 years ago, but in my dreams, I still smoke cigarettes. Hey, Erica, don't worry about the vaping. Just keep pushing forward on not drinking. You'll get there at some point. Like I said, don't try to do too much at once. DRH, good point. Tech 49, if you're smoking and drinking, most people would be better off giving up smoking first, I reckon. Here's the one thing is that when you quit drinking, you don't want to smoke that much. You just when you're drinking, cigarettes and alcohol go together like peas and carrots. But when you're not drinking, you just don't have that much of a reason to smoke. So you're going to cut back big time anyway, I would imagine. Biscuit Head, good advice, LD. Thank you, my friend. Boogaloo said the jury is very much out on vapes, and 50 years has been considered the smoking of a state, which is kind of hilarious, really. Joseph, hi LD, going on a year of sobriety after liver failure, August 3rd, 2025. Doc gave me 3 months to live, then 3 more, now going on a year. It was a 29 meld and dropped to a 7 after 5 months. Congratulations, Joseph. That's the spirit, and that just shows that they tell you one thing and you can prove them wrong. I'm so proud of you, my friend. Remco, have a great weekend, LD. Say hi from me to Skinwalker. For me, if you see one, God bless you. I sure will, Remco. If I see the Skinwalker or the Wendigo, I'm going to tell him you said hello. Sixer, the thing with dips is you can't taper off. I've tapered off hard liquor, now down to 1 beer a day. I can go without a beer, but I can't go without a dip. You actually can, Sixer. Move over from the dip to the nicotine pouches, and you can start with the higher tier. So let's say you start with like a 12 milligram. Do that for a while. Move yourself down to the next lowest, and then down to the next lowest, and then get down to like the 2 or 3 milligram, whatever the lowest milligram is. But move over to the nicotine pouches. I see them in the store all the time. They got different milligrams on there. Move to those. instead of the dip, because you don't know how much you're actually getting with your dip. You're just getting a big old pinch and sticking it in your lip. Miami Fins, my girlfriend just got out of the hospital for alcohol abuse. They told her she can't drink again or she will get really sick. She was back drinking after a week sober. I'm scared for her. I'm so sorry, my friend. That's not good. Get her to watch this channel if you don't mind, and I will talk about just that so that she can hear what I'm saying. I hope that you can get her on here. Thank you for sharing. Dale Brownlee, thanks for everything. I watch every day. You're a rock for me and so many others 15 months sober. Thank you, my friend. Has anyone ever told you your voice is so soothing? Best videos fall asleep. Thank you, my friend. I have heard that before, which is so weird. Erica, have a great day, everyone. You too, Erica. Thank you so much for being here. She has alcohol hepatitis of the liver. I'm so sorry. Progress. Hello from Greece. What's up, my friend? DYK. Thanks, LD. You the man. You the man. Thank you so much. Well, guys, there are still a bunch of comments here. I don't think I'm going to be able to make them to all of them, guys. I'm so sorry. But I need to go ahead and get off of here. TJL said, morning LD. Just got home from a camping trip with my dog. Camping is so much better without alcohol. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I second that. Man, I love camping. And guys, thank you so much for being here today. I really do appreciate it. For those of you who did a super thanks or something, thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. It really does mean a lot to me. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of this channel, being a part of this community, being kind to each other. That means more to me than I can tell you guys. It's just everybody being nice to each other. Because we're all here just trying to do the best that we can. We're all here just trying to make it through life with each other. And, you know, life's hard. It can be difficult sometimes. And trying to stay sober through life when things are getting difficult, it's not easy. And, you know, the thing that is most important, like I said, is being kind to each other and supporting each other, not beating each other up, and, you know, helping each other through this. Because, like I said, life's hard. And, like I said, guys, thank you so much for being here, being a part of this, being a part of this community, being a part of my life, because, you know, you guys have, you know, watched my videos every day or whenever you do watch. And I appreciate you guys being a part of my life and letting me be a part of your life as well. I mean, I really, truly do appreciate it. But guys, like I said, thank you so much. I hope that everybody has a wonderful rest of their day today. Have a great rest of your weekend. Stay sober. If you start thinking about drinking, do anything that you can to stay away from the alcohol. Like I said, stay busy. Find something else. That feeling will pass 15 minutes and it's going to go away, and you're going to be so much happier that you didn't drink. Let's get through this weekend sober. More importantly, let's just get through today sober. And guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's video. I love you guys so much. Y'all have a great day. And I'll see you guys in, like I said, in tomorrow's video. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all so much. Guys, I'm hopping off. Bye-bye, everybody.